So before this video actually gets started, I wanted to give credit where it's due. And I got a lot of these motivational videos from several YouTubers who kind of compiled a lot of these clips to make it look good. All the links will be in the description right at the top. If you like that style of video and it gets you pumped up, I would highly recommend it. So please go down below and check them out. Okay, so I kind of want to talk about setting goals. This was a topic of conversation in one of my last videos. It was about Joji and how his transition from YouTuber to world famous Spotify artist. He's not a Spotify artist, he's just an artist. I don't know where that came from, but that's what it was. But essentially I kind of tied it into like how he just did what he wanted to do. He took it one step at a time, and then his end result happened to have reached a farther audience than he probably would have expected. And I kind of went back and forth of, you know, what is that parallel between setting a goal and taking things one step at a time? You know, because I think it can be extremely dangerous setting certain goals, particularly goals with a number attached to it, or a finite goal to where you just, you know, you can actually achieve it and you can hit that number. I think one of the scariest things about that is what happens when you do hit that. A lot of people will be like, oh, well, I'll just set another goal. Imagine if that goal is like a 10-year goal. You hit that goal. You worked so hard. Do you think you're going to be able to have that motivation to be able to just pick everything back up and attack another goal? And what did you do to get there? How exhausting of a path was it? Were you just focused on solely hitting that goal? Let's say you're a YouTuber and you want to hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. What did you do to get there? Did you make clickbait videos? Did you do the giveaways and every little trick to work the system to where you get 1 million subscribers and get quite a bit of money and get all the fame and success that you want? Or did you just like start making videos that you liked and it just happened to have reached that audience? So that's my question to you. And you know, you see all of these motivational speakers out here talking about having clear set goals, wanting to attack certain things. You know, it's no excuses. Put your head down, grind. Don't think about anything besides your goal. They never talk about what happens when you actually achieve that. I don't think it's an understatement to say that once you do achieve that number, you're going to be constantly battling with yourself, wanting for more. And that's why, you know, going for wealth, in my opinion, it's a super dangerous game. Because yeah, you might get $10 million, but if your whole pursuit, the entirety of who you were was to get to that $10 million, and you achieve that, and you spent years and a long time culminating that was your identity, and now you don't have it because you're just what you achieved. So how do you reset that? I also don't think on the other side of like just, you know, not setting a goal and just really taking it extremely one day at a time, that can lead to wandering a little too much. You know, I saw something in, I believe it was by George R.R. Martin, and he basically talks about the two types of writers. I know there was one, the gardener, and the other one was like the blueprinter. Let's just use that as an example. I could probably look it up right now, but I got some momentum while I'm talking. I need to keep going. So basically, blueprint people, they lay it all out, they get it going, they have a set design, they have a template, and then they write a story from all of the parameters that they set. So, you know, either this is going to happen, this is going to interweave into this, these are the type of characters, XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. While a gardener just kind of makes the story up as he goes. And, you know, maybe makes a character, sends him to this place, which causes him to, you know, you got an idea to send him to this place. Eventually the story works out. I don't know. Like it's, you know, one way you have everything planned out. You don't really have room to really discover anything as much. Or I should say, you don't have as much room to discover new avenues and new bends to the goal you're trying to achieve. Maybe you might find a little iteration in your goal that you might find more interesting. Kind of sometimes, you know, it's kind of a thing. It happens quite a bit when you set a goal early on and then you kind of start going after it. That goal changes quite often. So I guess it's just, that's the balance, I would say, is like learning to have an overarching goal, but being open to the idea of pivoting on that goal. You can bend too much or you cannot bend enough. It's kind of like a pole. You gotta be real stiff. You can be like a wet noodle. That's what we used to call it, wet noodle. You know, I see all these guys like Jason Capital, the Grant Cardones, I saw some Navy SEAL guy that has to put "I'm a Navy SEAL" in every single video he makes. I know what he's trying to achieve, which is mental toughness. If you ever seen the movie Whiplash, like I think he just like watched that movie one too many times. It was like, that's how you make someone good. which I guess it does to an extent. It sharpens the blade a little bit, but the whiplash discussion is for another video. But like I said, I even see this one guy, I think his name's like Sebastian or something. He's like, if you don't own a Lamborghini by like 26, like, I don't even know what the fuck you're doing. Like, hey man, thanks for projecting all of your goals and your standards and everything you got onto everybody else, so they can't have their goals. They just have to live out your goals, because you have to have a Lamborghini to be respected in Seb's society. So yeah, I've been battling this idea quite a bit of, you know, like, how do you set the goal and how do you not get too influenced by one direction or the other? Go ahead and comment down below. I'd like to hear your discussion. This was, you know, this is a discussion channel. This is kind of what we do. Really wasn't related to any type of content or anything, just me sort of speaking. So I have no idea what I'm gonna play this, like, what's gonna be a cool montage. Okay, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out though. Thank you everybody for watching. Yeah, like I said, comment down below. What do you think? How much planning should you do within your goal versus how much malleability should you have towards your goal? Big word. Otherwise, from that's really all I ask. I never probably make 1,000 of these videos. Hopefully that's a good sign. I made 1,000 of these videos, but I've made probably 100 videos now, and I still don't know how to end them. So I'm just gonna leave.